Gentlemen, let me ask you something deeply personal. Have you ever been in an intimate moment with your partner, genuinely trying to give her pleasure, yet no matter what you attempted, she just couldn't seem to get as aroused as you were hoping? Maybe it felt like you were putting in real effort, but she simply wasn't warming up the way you expected. Or perhaps you felt that uncomfortable sense of pressure creeping in, unsure whether anything you were doing was actually turning her on at all. I want you to hear this clearly. You are absolutely not alone in this experience. In fact, nearly every man I have ever worked with has come to me asking essentially the same question. Doctor, what is the one type of foreplay that genuinely works, consistently, every single time? And after 12 full years as a practicing urologist with a specialty in men's sexual health, I can tell you with complete confidence, there is a method that works for the overwhelming majority of women. Not only does it build arousal in a reliable, natural way, it also makes her feel profoundly connected to you, emotionally safe, and genuinely deeply desired. And here is the part that might surprise you most. It is not complicated. It does not demand hours of effort or exhausting performance. And when you apply it correctly, it delivers results every time. So in today's video, I am going to walk you through everything, step by step. We are going to cover the 4 biggest foreplay mistakes men commonly make and exactly why each one backfires. We are going to explore the technique that never fails, what it is, how to execute it properly, and why it works on both a biological and emotional level. And we are going to talk about how you can customize it specifically for your partner so that it always feels fresh, exciting, and completely unforgettable. Before we get into all of that, go ahead and hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps other men find this video and benefit from this conversation. Drop a comment below and tell me, where in the world are you watching from today? I truly love seeing the different places our community is tuning in from, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss the men's health content I put out regularly. All right, let's dive in. Here's the honest truth that most men have never been told. Foreplay is not about tricks. It is not about memorizing some secret move that magically flips a switch inside her. The reason for that is actually quite straightforward. Women's arousal does not ignite in one isolated spot. It awakens across her entire body gradually and naturally. If you try to rush straight to any single area, whether that's her breasts, her genitals, or even just her mind, you are essentially skipping the natural biological sequence through which female arousal actually unfolds. And here is something even more critical to understand. Foreplay for women is not purely a physical experience, it is also deeply emotional. If she does not feel emotionally safe with you, genuinely cared for, or truly desired as a whole person, her body will not respond the way you both want it to. That is the core reason why so many of the common foreplay tactics men default to simply do not work the way they're expected to. Let me walk you through each of them. For those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. Narita. I am a urologist, and over the past 12 years, I have worked directly with men and couples to address intimacy challenges, rebuild lost confidence, and improve sexual health through natural, evidence-based approaches. I have encountered every kind of situation, from performance anxiety and erectile dysfunction to couples who had gone years without any meaningful intimacy at all. And what I have learned through all of that experience is that real, lasting solutions have nothing to do with gimmicks or quick fix pills. They come from understanding how the human body actually functions, respecting the emotional dimension of intimacy, and building genuine connection through intentional technique. So when I tell you that one specific form of foreplay works nearly every time, that is not speculation. That is something I have watched transform relationship after relationship over and over again. Now, before I reveal the technique itself, let us first clear the path by identifying the 4 mistakes that almost every man makes during foreplay, because if any of these are showing up in your intimate life, even occasionally, they will prevent her from experiencing the full pleasure she is capable of feeling. Mistake number 1, jumping straight to oral sex. I understand why men do this. Many genuinely believe it is the ultimate foreplay offering. But here is the biological reality. If she has not already begun building arousal, her genitals are not yet sensitive in the way they need to be. Rather than feeling pleasure, she may actually experience pressure, discomfort, or simply nothing meaningful at all. Think of it like trying to run a car engine before the oil has had time to warm up and circulate properly. It just does not flow the way it should. Oral sex can absolutely be a powerful and pleasurable experience, but it is not the starting point. It is the bridge you cross after she has already been awakened. Mistake number 2, relying entirely on gentle, light touching. Many men approach foreplay with soft, delicate caresses because the intention is to feel romantic and tender. And the intention itself is not wrong. But if the touch is too faint and feathery, it does not feel arousing. It feels ticklish, uncomfortable even. On the flip side, if the touch becomes too rough or grabby too quickly, it breaks the mood entirely. Real arousal requires touch that feels alive, responsive, intentional, and actively engaging her whole body, not just random, wandering strokes that have no sense of direction or purpose. Mistake number 3, using massage as your foreplay strategy. Now, let me be clear here. Massage is genuinely wonderful in the right context. It helps her decompress, releases physical tension, and creates a calm, comfortable atmosphere. But here is the limitation. Massage alone does not create arousal. It actually slows the energy down too significantly and keeps her in what I call a spa mindset, rather than a sexual one. You can absolutely weave massage into the broader experience, but if you rely on it as your primary approach, you will not light the spark you are hoping for. Mistake number 4, over-relying on mental stimulation. Dirty talk, playful teasing, flirtatious conversation. All of these can be fun and even exciting. But the problem is they keep her anchored in her head. And true, full body arousal is not a thought process. It is a physical awakening that happens throughout the entire body. If you spend too much time stimulating only her mind, she may enjoy the mental game, but she may never truly feel that deep physical fire you are both after. Do any of those 4 mistakes sound familiar to you? If so, please do not be hard on yourself. This is extremely common. But now, let's shift into what actually does work. The most powerful and consistently reliable form of foreplay I have ever taught. The one that has changed the most relationships is something I call full body-to-body flow. Rather than isolating and targeting one specific area of her body, you use your entire body, your chest, your stomach, your arms, your hands, your mouth, your face, to flow over her slowly, sensually, and with complete intention. Picture it as something almost like a dance, your whole body moving over hers, kissing, caressing, holding, breathing her in. You are not poking, you are not prodding. You are enveloping her, surrounding her in a continuous wave of sensation from multiple directions at once. Here is precisely why this approach works so powerfully. From a biological standpoint, the skin is actually the largest sexual organ the human body has. When you stimulate a broad surface area simultaneously, her neck, her hips, her thighs, her stomach, her back, you flood her brain with an enormous volume of sensation signals all at once. Her entire nervous system lights up, which naturally and organically begins priming her body for deeper arousal. From an emotional standpoint, full body-to-body flow communicates something that no single isolated move ever can. It tells her, I want all of you, not just one part of you. She feels seen. She feels desired as a complete person. She feels safe. And that feeling of safety is what dissolves resistance and opens the door for genuine desire to rise in its place. From a practical standpoint, it means you are not rushing. You are not mentally ticking through a checklist of moves. You are genuinely enjoying her, and she feels that difference profoundly. Now let's break the technique down into its core components, step by step. Start with presence. Before you make a single physical move, ground yourself completely in the moment. Slow your breathing down. Make eye contact and hold it. Let her actually feel that your full attention is on her and nothing else. Women are remarkably attuned to distraction. The moment she senses your mind is elsewhere, the energy drops immediately. Use multiple points of contact simultaneously. As you move across her body, do not limit yourself to just your hands. Let your chest press warmly against her. Allow your stomach to brush along her thighs. Kiss her deeply while your hands move slowly over her hips. The more simultaneous points of contact you create, the more completely enveloped in sensation she will feel. Vary your pace and your pressure deliberately. Avoid falling into a predictable rhythm. Sometimes glide across her skin slowly and smoothly, then shift to something slightly firmer and more intentional. Use your hands to squeeze gently, your mouth to kiss softly before deepening it. This unpredictability keeps her nervous system alert, curious, and continuously excited because she never quite knows what is coming next. Work through erogenous zones in a natural flowing sequence. The neck, the collarbone, the sides of her body, the inner thighs, the lower stomach. These are areas that build arousal powerfully when engaged in a smooth rhythmic flow. Think of it less like circling one spot obsessively and more like connecting a series of dots on a map, each one leading naturally into the next. Blend your techniques together seamlessly. Let kissing transition naturally into licking into a soft, playful bite. Let your chest give way to your hands give way to your lips. It should feel like one unbroken fluid movement, not a series of separate steps with awkward pauses in between. Here is where many men fall short even when they understand the technique conceptually. You must remain constantly attuned to her responses. If her breathing becomes heavier and more irregular, lean further into what you are doing. If she tenses up or instinctively pulls back, ease up without hesitation. Some nights she will crave something deep and passionate. Other nights the energy calls for something slower, quieter, and more emotionally intimate. The core technique remains constant, but the settings you dial it to will shift based on what she needs in that specific moment. And one more thing, do not let it become mechanical. If you perform the exact same flow in the exact same way every single time, it will begin to feel scripted to her. Instead, vary your positions, sometimes on top, sometimes spooning, sometimes standing, sometimes side by side. Shift up your rhythm, rearrange the order occasionally. Keep it alive, organic, and genuinely felt. So here is your action plan going forward. The next time you are with your partner, release the checklist mentality entirely. Stop agonizing over whether you are executing the right move at the right moment. Instead, ask yourself one simple question. How can I envelop her body fully right now? Begin slowly and build pressure incrementally. Give her body the time it needs to truly awaken before you direct attention to her most sensitive areas. Stay genuinely responsive throughout. Watch the rhythm of her breathing, listen to the sound she makes, feel the subtle shifts in her body language, and adjust in real time. Introduce variety intentionally. Play with different speeds, different positions, different sequences. Keep the experience feeling alive and present, never predictable or routine. And if you are looking to enhance your own stamina and blood flow so that you can bring real energy and sustained confidence to everything we have discussed today, I personally recommend a clinically formulated nitric oxide booster derived from organic watermelon extract. It supports healthy circulation throughout the entire body, including to the genitals, and amplifies the effectiveness of everything you do. You will find the link to my recommended supplement in the pinned comment below this video. Now, I want to pause for a moment and speak to you directly, from one human being to another. A great number of men, particularly as they move into their 40s, 50s, and beyond, begin experiencing a quiet anxiety around intimacy. They start to wonder whether they have lost something they cannot get back, whether they can still genuinely excite their partner the way they once could, whether passion is simply something that belongs to their younger years and is now out of reach. I am here to tell you with absolute certainty, it is not too late. I have personally witnessed men in their 60s and even their 70s reignite real, meaningful intimacy with their partners using the exact technique I have shared with you today. And the reason it works regardless of age is because it has nothing to do with being 20 years old with boundless physical stamina. It has everything to do with connection, presence, and a genuine understanding of what a woman's body truly responds to. If you have been feeling like that closeness and passion in your relationship has been quietly fading, hear this. With just a few intentional adjustments to how you approach intimacy, you can bring it back. You can make her feel fully alive in your presence again. And in doing so, you will feel that sense of pride and deep confidence return to you as well. So gentlemen, here is the complete takeaway from everything we covered today. Stop reaching for tired, ineffective foreplay habits that were never working the way you hoped. Start embracing the full body-to-body flow, and remember that this is never about achieving perfection. It is about creating real connection. When you bring genuine presence, touch with true intention, and keep variety flowing naturally, you will have unlocked a form of foreplay that delivers every single time without fail. If this video brought you real value today, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more honest, practical men's health guidance. And do not forget to drop a comment below letting me know where in the world you are watching from. I genuinely love witnessing this global community of men coming together and supporting one another. Most importantly, do not give up on yourself or on your relationship. Age is not the end of passion, not even close. With small intentional changes, you can fully restore the comfort, the freedom, and the deep intimacy that every man deserves to experience.